we have wet friction or dynamic friction. In the other hand, dry friction or Coulomb friction. In the dry friction or Coulomb friction, another sub classifications are there: static friction and dynamic friction. Static friction, dynamic friction. In dynamic friction, we have sliding friction and rolling friction. After that, we discussed some of the terminologies we have to keep in mind while dealing with the friction. Okay, and after that, we move on to the today's topic actually. So friction on objects on different planes. In the last video presentation, I just listed the what are the objects. Okay, what are the planes available for different objects? Okay, how the object will behave in a different plane. Okay, I just listed. So today, in this video presentation, we are going to deal on friction on different objects. So in that, we have totally 4 categories of friction. Okay, number 1 is friction on horizontal plane, rough horizontal plane, and second one is the friction on inclined plane, and third one is the friction on ladder, and last one is the wedge friction. So these are all the content available in your syllabus. Okay, so before move on to this today's presentation, okay, I would like to show you some of the there is a virtual lab is there for friction. Most of the engineering subjects, there are some of the institutes like IIT, NITs offering the virtual labs. Okay, I am going to show some of the virtual labs to you so that you will have better understanding regarding the friction. Okay, so now I share my screen. So see this. I hope my screen is visible to you all. Hello. I think my screen is visible to you all. Hello.
Sir, visible, sir.
My screen is visible to you now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So this is the actually the physics lab, friction lab. Okay, so here, so by using this lab, we have determined the coefficient of static friction and kinetic friction between the different surfaces. Okay, so just this is the drawing. I am going to begin. After I click the begin button, you have this screen. Okay, in that you can increase or decrease your mass of the object and your surface. Suppose type of the surface, aluminum on steel. Okay, glass on glass. So here I am changing here. So according to my change, this diagram also changing. Okay, so glass on glass, the surface is glass and over the surface object also glass. This is the glass on glass. And graphite on graphite, wood on table, lab table. Okay, so in such a way you can change your surface. Okay, after that you can increase your mass value. You just click here, you increase your mass value, or if you want you can decrease your mass value. Okay, so after that, after fixing this surface and mass of the object, you can just click the start button. So here object is here, the external force is acting here. So this is the first case actually. Object on rough horizontal surface. This is horizontal surface or the table. Okay. So just I am going to give start button. See the value is increasing. That is force value increasing. So this is full. According to this, the graph will develop. Okay. Right. So here in the last video presentation, we have seen one graph. That is stages of friction on graph sheet. Okay, so before moving that, again I will restart. So see this curve. So before moving the object, the curve is straight line. So in the x-axis time, in the y-axis force. So before moving the object, okay, that is the frictional resistance is there within the object. Okay, till that the curve is straight line, linear. Okay, once the object is starts to move, it will drop, and after that it will continue in a uniform way. Okay, so again I will restart. You will just see the graph. I will give the start again. I am going to start. See the graph button. It is increasing, but the object is start move. Once the object starts to move, the graph having sudden fall in the graph. Okay, so this is how we can do it during this lockdown period. We can do an experiment for better understanding. Not only friction, we have a lot of experiments. Even moment of inertia also, some of the experiments are available. So you can Google it. You will get some of the experiments. Okay, so that you can understand in a better way. Okay, so this is one experimental setup, virtual experimental setup. Okay, this is horizontal surface, object on horizontal surface. In the other hand, there is another inclined plane surface object on inclined plane. So here there is another virtual experimental setup. I just begin the setup. So here see, this is a surface, this is an object, there is a axis here. So here frictional coefficient, you can change your frictional during static, what is the static value, and so based on this value, that is static value, the dynamic value is according to the static value, it will automatically change. Suppose I am increasing the frictional coefficient value. Instead of changing the material, I am giving the frictional coefficient value. Okay, suppose I am increasing, see this, both the values are changing. According to the value, the surface of the material will change. Okay, so like that. So I am keep it as 0.38 static friction. According to this value, automatically the kinematic value has been changed. After that, mass also, you can change the mass also. Okay, you can mass of the object you can change. Okay, and after that, since it is here inclined surface, okay, inclined surface, you need to give the gravitational force. Okay, so we are using 9.81. so if you want, you can change also. Okay, so I am keeping 9.81. okay, so force, gravity, force normal, the colors has been mentioned here. This is force normal and green is force gravity, like that. Okay, so you can enable or disable. So the downward arrow is force gravity, the upward arrow is force normal, and frictional force is this direction, in this direction. Okay, so now you can change your angle. Okay, so this is, now it is horizontal, you can change the angle. The surface is lifting. If you want freeze it, just freeze it. So now the angle is 10 degree. Okay, 10 degree it will retain. Okay, right. So again you can click the object, click the surface angle. At the moment the object will slide. Okay, that's all. So this is how you can understand the in what angle the object will falls. Okay, this is very much useful in if you are driving vehicle in a sloped surface. Okay, sometimes the vehicle get meet the accident. Okay, because of the improper slope. Okay, so you can measure the frictional resistance at the sloped surface. Okay, by using this experimental setup. Right. Okay, now I am going to move into this today's topic. Right, friction of object on different planes. In this slide we discussed in the last presentation, that is rough horizontal plane. In that, two cases are there. No moving force, that is the part the object is in rest condition. Okay, and another one is the object moving under some external force, pull. Okay, after that rough inclined plane. Here three subdivisions are there. Number one is equilibrium condition for different angle of inclination, and second one is the body sliding downwards, and third one is the body upwards and inclined plane. Okay. In that equilibrium condition for different angles of inclination, again two subclassifications: angle of inclination less than angle of friction, that is theta value is less than phi, and another one is the angle of inclination is more than the angle of friction, that is theta value is greater than phi. Okay. In the theta value is greater than phi means again we have three subclassification along the inclined plane. Second one is the restricted force applied horizontally. If your object may be inclined, but you are applying the force in horizontal direction only. That is the second case. And third one is the force applied at some angles. Okay, now other than horizontal, some angle, that is phi with the inclined plane. So these are the categories available under the angle of inclination more than the angle of friction. So this is theta is less than phi. This is theta is, second one is theta is greater than phi. Theta is the angle of inclination and phi is the angle of friction. Okay. And last third one is ladder friction, and fourth one is the wedge friction. Okay. So today video presentation we are going to cover these two parts. Okay. The ladder friction and wedge friction may be covered in Monday, Tuesday in the next week, in the first and second day of the next week. Okay. Let's move on to this first case. So first one is the rough horizontal plane. So see this object in horizontal surface. Okay. So the self weight of the object acting downward, that is W, which is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity. Okay. So because of this force, there is a normal reaction N. Sometimes it is called as R also, reactive force R. Okay. So frictional force. So here in this diagram, the force, no external force, that is P equal to 0. No external force. The body is in rest condition. Okay. I am not applying a lateral force here. Okay. Here or here. Okay. So once the no horizontal force is, suppose I have there is an object, I am not applying a force. Okay. Until I am not applying the force, the frictional resistance of this object is 0. Okay. That is here mentioned. Once I am applying the force, if the force is some value, means there is a frictional resistance of this object. Okay. So, and another one is this is static equilibrium condition, W equal to N, the downward load which is equal to upward reaction. Okay. Then only the object will be stable. So this is the first condition, rough horizontal plane. And second one is this, rough horizontal plane, no moving force. There no external force are acting. In the second case, body moving under pull or push. Either you can apply a force here, otherwise you can apply a force here also. Both are same. According to our principles of transmissibility, so you are applying force here. This is force. Okay. Or you can apply the force. So the same horizontal surface, the object is there. The direction of motion is in this direction because you are pulling the object here. Okay. So if you are pulling the object here, always there is an opposite resistance force in this direction. Okay. So that is called the frictional force, small f. Okay. So a force P is applied on the body. The force diagram is shown. Consider the equilibrium of the body. Okay. So here I am going to draw the free body diagram for this case. Okay. So first I make the reference axis. Okay. The downward force W is acting here, and upward force N is acting here. This is W and this is N, and there is an external force acting here. This is P. It makes an angle of theta. So this is the angle of inclination, theta. Sorry, angle of friction. Okay, and the frictional resistance is here. Okay, this is F. Now you can resolve the forces in horizontal direction as well as vertical direction. If you are resolving the force in horizontal direction, means minus F. Okay, and other thing is plus P cos theta. We have studied in the first chapter, cos theta. So this is minus F. You are resolving this inclined force into horizontal direction. So from that, F equal to P cos theta. Cos theta. So here, F equal to P cos theta. And also, in the previous video presentation, we defined friction equal to coefficient of friction into normal force. In the previous video presentation, we defined frictional resistance or frictional force, which is equal to coefficient of friction into this normal force. Okay. So, P cos theta, which is equal to mu into N, because F equal to mu into N. So, from that, you will get the equation number 1, P cos theta equal to mu into N. Similarly, you can make it for Y, summation of Y, sum of all the forces in Y direction, you need to resolve, which is equal to 0. So, in the Y direction, there is minus W plus N and plus P sin theta, which is equal to 0. So, from that you can get N W plus P sin theta. In that W equal to N plus P cos theta. Finally, you will get N equal to WP, W minus P sin theta. So, this is your equation number 2. This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. It is a very simple force resolution. We studied in the chapter 1. Next, I will move into this part. So, now you are equating both the equations. So, P cos theta, which is equal to mu into W minus P sin theta. Okay. So, instead of here, so instead of mu into, instead of N, I am substituting W minus P sin theta. Okay. So, from that you will get mu W, which is equal to P cos theta plus mu P sin theta. Okay. So, here you can take the common thing out. Okay. So, P into cos theta. So, instead of mu substituting, I am substituting this value, because we know mu equal to tan phi. Okay. So, tan phi, which is equal to sin phi by cos phi. So, because of instead of mu, I am substituting sin phi by cos phi into this sin theta, which is equal to again sin phi by cos phi into W here. Wherever the mu is there, I am substituting the sin phi by cos phi. From that, you will get this equation. Okay, you are solving this, you will get this equation. After that, P cos theta minus phi, which is equal to W sin phi. Okay. So, from this, there is a one or two more steps in between this. Okay. So, after that, you will get the P force, external. What is the external force? So, P equal to W sin phi divided by cos theta minus phi. Okay. So, this is for the rough horizontal plane with external force. Okay. And there is another conditions is given here. Okay. For P to be minimum, cos theta minus phi should be maximum. So, this is the condition. So, cos theta minus phi, which is equal to 1. So, here finally theta, which is equal to 5. Okay. So, once this value is 1, means for keeping the P value minimum, theta equal, that is theta and phi value same. That means the angle of inclination and the angle of friction is same. Okay, the angle of inclination of force P should be equal to the angle of friction phi. Okay, so this is the body moving under the pull in horizontal surface. Okay. After that, now I am going to move on this two examples. Okay. So after that, you can solve more examples with reference of textbooks. Okay. So this is example number 1. Now I am going to switch my camera into document. Okay. So please wait. I will switch my camera into document. Can you able to see my paper?
Yes, sir, but it is not clear, sir.
Okay, wait a minute.
Okay.
Now it is okay?
Sir, it was totally inverted, sir.
Inverted, wait.
Looks like mirror effect, sir. Mirror effect, sir.
Okay. Now?
Okay, sir.
Now okay. Right.
Yes, sir.
So this is my first example. So the force required to pull the object of weight 50 Newton on an horizontal surface is 20 Newton, where it is applied at an angle of 25 degree. So the weight of the object is given and the angle of force inclination is given 25 degree with the horizontal. Determine the coefficient of friction, that is we need to calculate the mu value, okay, and magnitude of reaction n. Okay, so in this case we need to calculate the reaction n between the body and the horizontal surface. Does the reaction pass through the center of gravity of the body? So this is the question. So first, see this diagram. This is the horizontal surface. There is an object. You are applying a external force. Okay, 20 Newton. It makes an angle of 25 degree. So once you are applying the force, this is the second case of horizontal plane. First case is no horizontal plane. Okay, second case is horizontal with external force. Okay, so once you are applying the force here, means there is an resistance, frictional resistance is here, right? So this is the free body diagram of this image. The downward force W is acting here 50 Newton and the reaction is here, and 20 Newton external force is here. This is 25 degree. This is frictional force. Okay, first you can apply the static equilibrium equation, sum of Fx equal to 0. So minus F, because towards left direction, minus F plus 20, you are resolving into horizontal. Okay, 20 into cos 25 degree, because the angle from the with reference to the horizontal axis. Suppose if the angle is from vertical, means you need to substitute here sin 25 degree. So it is a normal case. So this is 25 degree. So minus F plus 20 into cos 25 degree, which is equal to 0. From that, F equal to 20 into cos 25 degree. So you will get 18.13 Newton. Okay, this is a frictional resistance. After that, you need to resolve all the forces in vertical direction. Okay, so in that, first minus 50 downward direction and plus n plus 20 into sin 25 degree. Minus 50 plus n 20 into sin 25 degree, which is equal to 0. From that, you need to calculate the n value. So n equal to 50 minus 20 into sin 25 degree. Okay, so from that you will calculate the n value. N equal to 41.55 Newton. Okay, so once after calculating this F and n value, you know the formula. F equal to, in the last video presentation, we derived this equation. F equal to mu into n. Okay, just a minute before we I told you F equal to mu into n. From that, mu equal to F by n. Okay, so you know the F value and n value. So substitute, you will get the mu value 0.436. In the question, determine the coefficient of, actually in the question they are asking the coefficient of friction, mu value. I have calculated the mu value, mu equal to 0.436. This is the one kind of problem, okay, in the rough horizontal surface. Next, I am going to the second type of problem. See this problem. A block of weight 5 kilonewton is pulled by a force P as shown in figure, drawing is given. The coefficient of friction, okay, between the contact surface is 0.35. So here mu is given and weight of the object is given. So these two values are given here. In the previous problem, we need to give, we are calculated this value. So in this problem, the mu value, coefficient of friction is given and the block weight is given. Okay. So find the direction theta. They are asking the theta value for which P is minimum. Okay. For which P is minimum, and find corresponding value of P. So in this problem, first we need to calculate the theta value. After calculating the theta value, that is, after calculating the theta value, if the P is minimum, you need to calculate the theta value. Once you calculated the theta value, after that you can calculate the P value. Okay, that is the condition. So in the presentation, we have seen in the second case, that is rough horizontal surface with the external force. Okay, lastly we have a condition theta equal to phi. Okay, in case of P is minimum. Okay, so that condition we need to apply here, right? So as usual, I am this is the drawing given, frictional resistance given, downward force W also given, 5 kilonewton. Okay, so here this P external force, we need to calculate the theta. I am drawing the free body diagram for this image. Okay, W, this is N and this is F, this is P. You need to calculate the theta value. What is theta? Okay, right. As usual, first we need to calculate the resolution of forces, resolving the forces in horizontal direction with the help of static equation. Okay, so minus F P cos theta, which is equal to 0, minus F P cos theta, which is equal to 0. So from that, F equal to P cos theta. Similarly, resolve the forces in vertical direction, minus W plus N P into sin theta. Okay, you are resolving the forces into vertical. Okay, sin theta. So from that, N equal to W minus P sin theta. Okay, so here the angle of inclination of force P will be equal to the angle of friction. That is, this condition you are going to apply. Okay, that is theta equal to phi. Okay, that is the meaning of if you need the force, if you keep the force minimum, means you need to keep the angle of inclination and the angle of friction in equal case. Okay, so from that, tan inverse of mu. Okay, so tan inverse of mu means tan inverse of 0.35. The mu value is given, coefficient of friction is given, tan inverse of mu. Okay, so after that, so P equal to W sin phi divided by cos theta minus phi. This equation actually we seen in the slides today. Okay, W sin phi divided by cos theta minus phi, which is equal to P. This is the formula for case 2. Case 2 means horizontal, rough horizontal surface with external pull or push. Okay, this is the final P. Okay, so here from that you can calculate the theta value. So theta equal to pi means, so tan inverse of 0.35, you will get this value, 20.48 degree. Okay, that's this value theta, 20.48 degree. Okay, once you calculated the theta value for P to be minimum, cos theta minus phi, which is equal to 1. This is the condition, cos theta minus 1, which is equal to 1. Okay, so from that, P equal to W sin phi, which is equal to, you know, the W value 5 kilonewton, 5 into sin 20.48 degree, which is equal to, so from that you can calculate the P value, P equal to 1.75 kilonewton. So this is the second problem. Okay, so this is how you need to calculate the whether you can in question they may ask you need to calculate the P to keep the equilibrium in equilibrium condition of the body. Otherwise they can ask the mu value. Sometimes they can ask the mu value, or sometimes in problem they can ask the theta value also. Okay, the steps is remain same. The same steps you need to follow. Okay, whether the things need to be changed. It may be sometimes reactions you need to calculate, or sometimes you need to calculate the W. Sometimes some problems in questions they may ask calculate the self weight of the object also. Okay, so this is how you need to solve. And I request all of you, please try some of the example problems. I already shared the textbooks, that is Engineering Mechanics by Kurmi. Okay, it is available in your Moodle. You can go to that respective chapter. You can take one or two problems. You can solve it. Okay, right. Next, again, I will move into my page. Now I am back to the presentation slide. I hope my presentation slide is visible to you all. Hello. So next case is the rough inclined surface. So far I am audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. My screen is visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next is the rough inclined surface. In that we have equilibrium condition for different angles of the inclination. First, again in that there is a sub classification, angle of inclination less than angle of friction. Okay. So this is here alpha is the angle of inclination. Okay. So the object is located like this. So this is the inclined plane now. This is the plane. Your object is here. So always your weight of the object acting in the vertical direction. Now this is your reference axis, X and Y. Okay, I am drawing the Y here and X here. Okay, now you need to apply this static equation, summation of Fx equal to 0, right? So for this, what is the free body diagram means? So now this is your axis. This is your axis. The weight is acting downward. Okay, and frictional force is acting in the direction. This is W. This is F, and the normal is acting here. N, that is reactive forces in this direction. Okay, that is perpendicular to this.
Sir, your screen is not sharing, sir.
Screen is
So only
not
your mouse
visible
pointer
here.
only. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Now okay. Are you
No,
able
sir.
to view my screen?
So your
Now.
screen is sharing, sir, but your mouse and your hand only visible, sir.
Wait.
Thanks, sir.
Wait. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes,
now?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the second case is rough inclined plane. In that, equilibrium condition for different angles of inclination. Okay, first one is the angle of inclination less than the angle of friction. That is, theta is less than 5. This is the first case. Okay, in that, so see this diagram. This is the plane actually. You can assume a car is moving in the hill slope. Okay, this is the car and it is moving in the hill slope. It makes an angle of alpha. Okay, this is the reference axis here. Okay, because our plane is inclined. So this is y axis and this is x axis. Okay, so now I am going to draw the free body diagram for this case. So the load is acting downward, W. So friction is here, small f, and the reaction is normal, N. Reaction is N here. Okay, and sorry, friction is in this direction because not downward direction, because it is upward direction, because so due to the self weight, this object tries to move in downward direction. Because of the self weight, this object moves in this direction. Okay, so to keep the object in position, the frictional resistance in the opposite direction. Okay, so frictional resistance in this direction, F. Okay, this is not in the upward direction, frictional resistance are there. So this is the thing. Okay, so you need, now you are going to apply the static equation, summation of Fx equal to 0. So you know the formula, F equal to mu into N. So here Fx equal to 0 means plus F into N. So you can assume this this is alpha. Okay, this is alpha. So this is N, this is alpha. Actually, this is alpha. This is alpha. Or this is alpha. Okay, so this is your reference axis. So in that you are resolving force in horizontal direction. So you can make it as N sine alpha. Why sine alpha here means? So this is your angle, not this. This is your axis. Okay, with respect to the vertical axis, this is alpha. That's why here sine alpha. So in that summation of Fy which is equal to 0, W equal to N cos alpha. Okay, W equal to N cos alpha. So here no external force is there. Okay, only frictional resistance are there. No external force. Only the self weight of the object is acting. Okay, so then the body is in equilibrium condition. Okay. So that's all. This is the F value, F equal to mu into N, that is equal to N sine alpha, and W equal to N cos alpha. Okay, right. That is the, you can write like this, F plus N into sine alpha. Sine alpha is equal to 0. From that you can take the F value. Next, angle of inclination more than angle of the friction, that is theta is greater than phi. So here the body will slide down and an upward force P is required to resist the body from the move. So here now you are applying the force here. Okay, already the weight of the object tends to move the body in downward direction. Okay, for that you are applying the force to pulling the object in the upward direction. So if you are applying the force in upward direction, means there is a opposite force in this direction, that is F. In the previous case, the frictional resistance is in upward direction because there is no force here. Automatically, because of the weight of the object, it will move downward. So to keep the body in equilibrium, the frictional resistance in opposite direction. Okay. So this case, the body is there. So you are applying the external force to pull the body. Okay. So if you are applying the external force, means always there is an frictional resistance in the opposite direction, that is small f. Okay. So in this condition, this is your reference axis. You can draw the free body diagram. Right. So here your downward force is acting here, W. So this is your reaction. Reaction always, you may ask, why sir the downward force is W is downward, the same line the reaction also upward reaction also acting. That is for horizontal case. So it is a inclined, means the reaction is always perpendicular to the object. The reaction is always perpendicular to the object, but the weight of the object is acting in this direction, vertical direction. Okay. Right. And also there is a frictional force in this direction, and there is a external force in this. This is P, and this is F, this is N, and this is W. So you need to solve horizontal minus F, summation of Fx equal to 0, minus F, then plus P, and minus, so this you can assume this is alpha. Here this is alpha, with vertical axis it is given. So minus F plus P minus W into sine alpha, which is equal to 0. So from that you can calculate the F value, F which is equal to P plus W sine alpha. Sorry, P minus, sorry, not plus, minus, because this minus shift into right side means, so this is minus W sine alpha, you bring to right hand side plus sine alpha, this minus bring to minus sine alpha. So P plus P minus. So P minus W sine alpha in alpha. This is F. So here it is given P minus W sine alpha. Similarly, Fy value. So Fy equal to plus N minus W cos alpha. Alpha which is equal to 0. So from that N equal to W cos alpha. Cos alpha. That's all. So F is calculated and N is calculated. After that, so this is the in that angle of inclination more than angle of friction along the inclined plane, and second one is the restriction of force applied horizontally. So here see what is the difference between this and this case means. So here look, this force is applied parallel to this surface, but in this case the force is applied horizontally, not parallel to the surface. The force is applied horizontally. Here parallel to the surface force is acting. Okay, this case this resisting forces applied horizontally. So summation of Fx which is equal to 0. Okay, drawing the free body diagram for this case. So this is my axis. So downward force is acting here. This is W, and my external force acting in this direction, P. Okay, and also my frictional resistance is here, F. What are the other forces? And my normal forces is acting here. This is normal. That's all. Okay. So my alpha value is, this is my alpha value, alpha, and this is also alpha. Okay. So now sum of Fx equal to 0 minus F plus P into cos alpha. Again, you need to resolve this force here, minus W into sin alpha. Because why sin alpha means the angle is reference with the vertical axis. Here the angle is reference with the horizontal axis. That's why I am putting cos alpha here and sin alpha here. So from which is equal to 0. From that, F equal to minus P cos alpha. Plus P. Why means so this P minus plus P cos alpha taken to right hand side, minus P cos alpha, this minus cancelled. Okay, so P cos alpha, so minus W sin alpha. So this is F. So F equal to P cos alpha minus W sin alpha here. Okay. Similarly, Y plus N and minus W cos alpha minus P sin alpha. So from that, N equal to W cos alpha plus P sin alpha. W cos alpha plus P sin alpha. We will get the W value. So this is how you need to calculate this is the simple resolution procedure. We already studied in your first chapter. Okay. Simple, you are just resolving the forces in vertical as well as horizontal direction. The third one, force applied at an angle, that is phi, that is other than horizontal. Okay, you are applying some angle with the inclined plane. Okay, that is you are applying with an this is not phi, this is theta. Okay, so you are applying a force in some angle. Okay, see these three cases. In the first case, your force is parallel to the surface. In the second case, your force is purely horizontal. Okay, not parallel to the surface. In the third case, you are applying the force in some inclined direction. That is, it is not parallel to the surface, not horizontal. It is acting in some inclined angle, inclined direction. So here, the free body diagram is downward force and frictional force here, normal reaction here, N, W, F, and your force is acting here, P. That's all. Okay, it makes the force, that is weight of the object makes an angle of alpha with vertical line, reference line, and this force makes an angle of theta with respect to the surface of the plane, right? So now sigma Fx equal to 0 minus F plus P cos theta minus W sin alpha, which is equal to 0. So from that, F equal to P cos theta minus W sin alpha. See this, P cos theta minus W sin alpha. Similarly, N value also. So plus N minus W sin cos alpha and plus p sin theta. Okay, you will get finally w cos alpha minus p sin theta. Okay, and next is the body sliding downwards. Okay, here the weight of the object is acting here. So here you are applying a external force here, but this external force is not enough to keep the body in equilibrium. Okay, that is the meaning of body sliding downwards. You are applying the force, but the weight of the object is more than the you are applying force. Okay, so for that, as usual, you can calculate the draw the free body diagram. Okay, you can calculate the f of summation of fx equal to 0. You will get the equation 1, p equal to w sin alpha minus mu n. Okay, so again after that, summation of fy equal to 0, you will get the n value. Equate these two equations, you will get the p value. Okay, and this is the last case. Okay, body upwards and inclined plane. Minimum force required to keep the body in equilibrium. So this case is actually our objective is not to move the object in forward direction, but we need to keep the object in the same position. Okay, for that you need to apply a force. What is the force to keep the body in the same position? Okay, right. So here frictional force is in downward direction, and also due to the weight of the object, the object will move in the downward direction, this direction. So you need to apply a force to keep the body is in equilibrium position. Summation of fx equal to 0. You apply it means you will get this p equal to w sin alpha plus mu n. This is your first equation. Sum of fy equal to 0. You will get w cos alpha, which is equal to n. Equating these two equations, you will get the p value. So here p equal to w sin alpha. This is not a alpha plus phi divided by cos alpha. In the previous case, w sin alpha minus phi divided by cos alpha. Here alpha plus sin divided by cos alpha. There is a small sign difference. Here alpha minus phi, here alpha plus phi. That is the difference. Okay. And already actually we used exactly 1 hour because I started 3:10. Okay, right. Now I'll go to my okay. So in this today I summarized today's presentation. So today we discussed the different cases of planes, object on planes in different planes. Okay, so we look into the derivation part. After that we move into the sum of two problems. Okay, so in problems we discussed only one case, that is in horizontal planes. In the next video presentation, otherwise I will share my recorded videos to you in Moodle. In the inclined plane, what is the forces acting, how to calculate the force to keep the body in equilibrium or move in the inclined surface. Okay, today we discussed actually the horizontal surface. If you are applying the force in the object in horizontal surface, that is the case 1. Okay, we discussed. I will share the videos on inclined surface. Okay, the solved problem videos in Moodle. Okay, so we will wind up. So before that, if you have any queries, means you can ask.